Keith Lemon's Movie Craft. Hi, it's me, Keith Lemon. Welcome to Movie Craft. Talk about film and then make something from a film. Today, I'm looking at American Werewolf in London, directed by John Landis, who also directed Michael Jackson's Thriller. It came out back in 1982. I didn't watch it then. I can't remember what age I watched it at, but I was terrified, and yeah, it's a very scary film. If you haven't seen it, you can get it on Blu-ray. I got this copy from Zavvi that do lots of exclusive. You get a little booklet in this and a poster and stuff. You can also get it on iTunes. You can't buy it on iTunes, so you can only rent it for some reason. Anyway, let me tell you a bit about American Werewolf in London if you don't know anything about American Werewolf in London. American backpackers David and his friend Jack take off for a 3-month European vacation. Walking in the desolate English countryside, they come across a pub called the Slaughtered Lamb, where the locals give them the chilling words of advice.
Keep to the road and keep clear of the moors.
And
beware the moonlights.
The boys set off into the darkness and hear a terrifying howl from across the moors.
Did you hear that?
Unaware that they're being stalked by a mythical beast with the taste for blood, one is killed, doomed to roam the earth as an undead. The survivor begins to have nightmares of hunting on 4 feet. Then his friend,
can I have a piece of toast?
And other recent victims appear to him, demanding that he find a way to die to release them from their curse.
You must take your own life.
That's easy for you to say. You're already dead.
No.
That's the bump about it anyway. For any younger viewers, it might look really old and not scary, but when I was a younger viewer, it was terrifying. I remember watching it when I was a little boy. But there's a saucy scene in a shower with Jenny Agati, and I can remember one of my parents asking me to make a cup of tea, and I couldn't make a cup of tea because right at that time whilst I was watching, I was a human coat hanger. I remember thinking, what's going on with me downstairs faculties? There's also a little cameo there from a very young Rick Mail. A one specifically scary scene I remember where Jenny Agati is just giving him his tablet or something. She's doing a nursing job, and he opens his eyes. He's got a white face and he's got like a devil face, and it's terrifying. Very simple makeup, but it's and he turns into a werewolf. It's the most incredible metamorphosis sequence I ever did see, and it won Oscars and stuff, and it was revolutionary. Now it'd all be CGI, but back then it was practical effects. Very impressive by Rick Baker, who's done loads of makeup in films. He's done The Grinch, he did Planet of the Apes, he did Gremlins 2. He's done lots of makeup. What else? Yeah, he changes into a werewolf, he eats his neighbours. He wakes up in London Zoo and steals a coat from an old lady, and there's a little kid who says, "That man stole my balloons." He tells Jenny Agati, he says, "I'm a werewolf, you know." And she says, "Oh yeah." He says, "No, I'm a werewolf." He says, "Yeah, go on, get off with yourself." Then he goes to cinema, as I recall, and watches a pornographic film, which is quite a funny one. It's a 70s one. And Jack visits him again. This time he's even more all decrepit and rotten and stuff. And he says, "You've got to kill yourself. Here's some of your victims, the neighbours that you killed the other night and stuff." And they're saying, "Yeah, get a gun, kill yourself, shoot yourself in the head." And they're all doing it with smiley faces and stuff. It's quite a humorous scene. And he turns into a werewolf and he eats some people in the cinema. They lock the door in the cinema, but he bursts out of the cinema and he roams around in Piccadilly Circus. And I remember the first time I moved to London, walking around in Piccadilly Circus thinking, wow, this is where they filmed American Werewolf in London. Anyway, they track him down an alleyway and they shoot him, and he turns back into a human. And Jenny Agata, she cries and she goes, and then it goes, ba 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 blue moon. I think that's the end music that I recall anyway. It's got a wicked soundtrack in it. If you haven't seen it, hire it from iTunes or go buy it on Blu-ray or see if it's on Amazon Prime or any of the other Netflixy type things. Anyway, the other day I decided, let's make something from American Werewolf. Let's make The American Werewolf. For some reason I had a Spider-Man top on. Don't know why I had a Spider-Man top on. Oh yeah, I remember now because I went to Tip to get rid of some cardboard boxes that I had from Christmas. Just thought it'd be fun to go dressed as Spider-Man. Right, I'm going to the Tip. Have a wonderful day. Anyway, here's me making American Werewolf in London. Not the film, but the creature. Using super sculpey, bubble wrap and other bits and bobs. Whilst wearing a Spider-Man top. That's all. Hi, it's me. Oh, look at that there. Smooth that. But I tell you what, I've got a really good book and I'm using this book. It's by Paul Davis. I don't know if you're familiar with this book. If you're an American Werewolf fan, you might be familiar with this book. It's got a lot of great behind-the-scene pictures, lots of good reference points for me. There's a little scene from the Metamorphosis. It's the first time in a werewolf film we've seen someone change and go through pain, because it would be very painful, wouldn't it? Anyway, I'm going to have an attempt at making an American Werewolf. I've got some fur left over from when I made Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. And there he is, Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. So now you know a little bit about American Werewolf. Let's make an American Werewolf. I've got my eyes. I buy my eyes from Amazon, just these rubbish doll eyes. Sometimes I paint them, sometimes I don't need to paint them. American Werewolf in London's eyes are predominantly yellow, so I'll have to paint these. I bought this, let me show you. I think this is a kitchen roll holder that you put kitchen roll on. I thought, oh, that's handy. It was £3.75 from Sainsbury's. And I've bought a baking tray for £1. That's my base. So I'll make the shape of the head out of tin foil. I've got tin foil. I'll place the eyes in place. I don't know if I'm looking at the right hole here. Is that the hole? I think that's... Oh, I found the hole. There's a little light on the hole. You can't help looking at yourself though, can you? Which is the wrong place to look. Where was I? I'll create the shape out of tin foil, then I will cover it in super sculpey. If you've seen me make anything in the past, you know this is what I use all the time. But I've gone for white this time. It was cheaper and you got more of it. Excuse me. Let's just get on with it. It's a good picture, isn't it? Can you see it there? Light shine. It's a good picture. I think that's the picture I'll use for my reference. I'm gonna flip to time lapse now. There he is, before he's popped into the oven. Probably best I can do, really. Put him in the oven now to 15 minutes at 135 degrees. I'm going to keep his eyes in. Hopefully they won't all melt. I can't get them out. We'll see what happens. Well, luckily they didn't melt into a pile of mush. So here's me painting the eyes, painting them yellow there, just like American Werewolves in London. And I'm painting the gums. As you can see, it's a full paint job. I'm using acrylic paints to paint super sculpey. I'm not sure if it's the right paint or not. It seems to work in the past, but it does take ages to dry. Well, not ages, it's just sticky for a long time afterwards. Hello, it's day 2 on my make of the American Werewolf in London. Here he is. Last night I was up till bizarre o'clock. Well, it wasn't actually, it was about 11 o'clock. It don't matter what time. It don't matter what time it was. This is where I am with it. Here's the head. Just a closer look there. That's American Werewolf in London's head. What was his name now? I've forgotten what they called him. Not Alvin. Not Hank. He has a nickname. They always give their prop monsters names on these productions. He did have a name, I've forgotten the name. I'll find out what the name is. If there's the name on screen there, I'll just put it. I'm going to continue with it today. We're going to build the body. I'm using bubble wrap, as always. I'll probably start with a cardboard base, or even polystyrene. This is an old polystyrene box. I was thinking of using that. and building around that. Right, we'll stop talking. I'm going to focus and get this done. Let's do it. This is going to be a leg. It's just some rolled up card. I'll need 4 of these. Legs. So these legs are going to be filled out with bubble wrap now to give them some shape. So they're shaped like legs. So as you can see, it's taking the form of the body. What you've got to do is just get little pieces of bubble wrap and just pack it out until you've got the shape that you desire, which is the shape of an American Werewolf's body. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, I use a lot of masking tape. So the good thing with using bubble wrap is you can kind of burst it into shape. So if I want to make that area smaller, I'll just pop it like so and just press it in. Interesting, wasn't it? So as you can see, it's got wire feet. I've made some wire feet. And now I'm gonna kind of roughly, very crudely, shape the feet using tin foil, which I will cover with the Super Sculpey in the same way as I did with the head, which is very heavy, and I'm a bit concerned that it's going to tip the body over. Oh look, let me put the head on, it looks, it's getting there, isn't it? Let's make the feet. So as you can see, it looks like he's got some sweet silver booties on right now. That's the base for my Super Sculpey, which I will sculpt I don't know, create the feet, the paws as such. There's 1 foot, 3 more to go. There's 2 feet, 3 feet. There you go, 4 cute werewolf feet. I'll pop them in the oven now for 15 minutes at 135 degrees. Anyway, I'm about to paint the feet now. I was just trying on the fur, see the fur, what it looks like. Of course, I'll paint this black, but it's nice to have some grey bits poking through. Okay, let's paint the feet now. This is where we are. Looks like some sort of pig. The head will go on there. I've got the feet painted. I'm going to stick them on with a hot glue gun. Hot glue is another thing that I go through like wildfire. Bit of glue in there. Can't remember which foot is what. Stands. Now I'm going to put a bit of tape around the bottom just to keep them extra secure. Keep standing up a little bit like Westlife when they do their key change. That's, I guess, when I'm really focused. I've got. So what we're doing now is covering him. We've got his feet on. We're covering with fur. Let's go with the legs first. This is where you get hair everywhere. I normally paint with acrylics, but I just found this in my little tub. So Soft Fabric Paints by Deco Arts. I'm using this. And there you have it, an American Werewolf in London made out of bubble wrap, Super Sculpey, fur that I bought off Amazon. Let's have a little look at him. If you haven't seen American Werewolf in London, I don't know where you've been, but you can rent it on iTunes. You can also buy it from the website Zavvi. And if you're a fan of American Werewolf, I recommend this book by Paul Davies. Is somebody at the door? Someone gonna get that? I was Keith Lemon. If I don't see you for a week, I'll see you for a window. Good luck with your business. Like and subscribe, and join me next time for more movie crafting on Keith Lemon's Doings. Is someone gonna get that? Someone at the door?
At the door!
I'll get it. All right, hold your horses. All right already.
It's just me, I can't breathe in this thing. All best. See ya. Or subscribe and whatever. I don't know what you say.